Have a great day in the sun.
Wherever you happen to be at this moment of time, if you're in the United Kingdom, it's midnight. If you're in Estonia, it's a different time zone. If you're in South Africa, it's a different time zone as well. Where am I? I'll tell you. I'm right in the middle of the action here at the Ozzfest. The Ozzfest here in the United Kingdom is the only sold-out festival the whole of 1998, which indicates just how popular it's going to be. But as you well know, the people who head up the bill are Black Sabbath, which includes Ozzy Osbourne. Who's before them? Ozzy Osbourne, right? So nothing at all, can I promise you, is going to go straight or right or accurately during the next 2 hours. As far as I'm concerned, it's just going to be chaos. So don't move. If you're into real rock, live and on video, this is the place to be. Friday Rock Show with the best chaotic rock on the box. Okay, here we are, still at the Ozzfest, still relatively sober as well, because, you know, you can't actually go too fast at the beginning of... Sorry?
You gotta pace yourself.
Why?
Because it's hot, and you might fall down, and get trampled in the mud, get sunburned.
I might not be able to play.
You get heat stroke and vomit, and then you wouldn't be so good for later. So you got to pace yourself.
This is Dr. Mike Borden, incidentally. He's a very, very famous man in the world of festival medicine.
Yes.
But he also plays with Ozzy Osbourne. When Ozzy gets on the stage, does a bit of solo stuff, he plays as well. But you've been playing for some time now, haven't you?
I have been.
Tell me more. I have been, and leaves me hanging. Thank you, Mr. Borden. Tell me more.
I'm the luckiest guy in the world, man. I'm happy. I love playing with Ozzy. Love playing with Joe. Love playing with Robert. My other group, Demoised. Is it the demise? We have Demoised.
Sounds Latin to me, but...
The demise of the other thing, you know.
Lost faith.
Well, happened. For now, anyways. And hey, I'm playing with Ozzy, and I'm absolutely thrilled.
And what about the Ozzfest, the way it's structured? I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I believe the solo aspect of it, Ozzy, you as his band, right? It's, what, 35 minutes or thereabouts?
Yeah, it's a little on the short side for me, but I sort of was on the other side of it on the last Ozzfest in the States, where I did 2 sets like he's doing, and it's tough. I mean, you do need to draw the line somewhere, so hopefully for the Ozzy set, he can get out quality rather than quantity, because he's going to be doing a couple hours with Sabbath, you know. So we're here basically to give him, to, you know, set him up, support him what he needs.
5-star support.
No doubt.
I'd like to thank you very much indeed, Dr. Borden.
Yes.
Any further medical notes you care to give to festival goers?
I'll send you the bill. Make sure you pay it promptly.
Or else they get beaten up, right?
Yes.
And your name, sir, is?
Joe.
Okay, hello, Joe.
How are you?
Pretty good. Who else have you played with, Joe?
Well, I've been with Ozzy now about 3 years, and then in 89, 90, I did a tour with David Lee Roth on the Little Enough tour.
Is that as much fun, though?
And now I've been
with Ozzy.
3 years. Yeah, it's been great.
Playing with Ozzy?
Ozzy is legend, own lunchtime, icon, nice guy. You work with him every night, so what's he like to work with every night you're on tour?
He's just a great person. He knows he's been through it all, so a lot of great stories, and he's a really down-to-earth, really cool person.
He's an old pro. He's a totally seasoned, like, vet and has seen it all, but he still has times when he's totally, like youthful, you know, and spontaneous. And that's an amazing thing. To have both is an amazing thing.
And it's all done on exercise.
Yeah.
Oh, he seems to be a complete exercise freak. I mean, it's just adrenaline and whatever.
On the bike 2 hours a day. He quit smoking recently, too. He's healthy. He's in good shape.
Well, you obviously enjoy your job, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
We do.
I'm based here by a whole series of extremely good rock bands. They're making a a series of extremely good rock and roll noises. And I'm now going to talk to Mr. Geezer Butler. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the genuine Geezer Butler, not the ersatz Geezer Butler, or not the other Geezer Butlers who wish they were this Geezer Butler, but this is Geezer Butler, Mr. Butler.
What, this one?
Yeah,
Hello
you there.
Hello there, Tommy.
Now, a lot of people were saying it's never going to happen, Black Sabbath never get back together again, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember reading somewhere you said, I'm never going to do it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to do my own stuff, I'm going to do my own thing, I don't want to go back with any of those people ever again. But you did. And it's marginally successful, isn't it, Mr. Butler?
Yeah, it seems to be working out quite well. I think we got a record deal out of it. Yeah, well, Ozzy's manager called my manager up and said that Tony and Ozzy were working on stuff together, and they were getting along pretty well. And we were thinking about putting the original band together, and would be up for it. So, of course, I was just sat there thinking about it for about
2 years?
3 seconds. She says, yeah, let's do it.
Mr. Tony Iommi! Mr. Geezer Butler!
Let's have a word, if you don't mind, about Bill Ward, who's not here, and that's a great shame because everybody was wanting him to be here, but it was just not possible. How is he?
The last thing I heard, he was fine. He's come out of hospital and he's actually staying in. He can't go back to America at the moment. So he's got to stay over here for another month or something. He's had an operation. They put a balloon up into his clear his artery. And there's rumours he may be coming tonight. I don't know. It's be nice to see him. But it happened on the first rehearsal. I think it was first day or second day after rehearsal. He said to me, he said, I've got all this weird feeling in my arms. And he said, could you ask his mate, this guy that works for him, to come up and rub his arms for him? So I said, yeah. So I went and fetched him, which is unusual for Bill, because he'd normally go and, ask himself. So I went and got him, and I went out for a walk, come back, and I saw his ambulance come flying past. And that was it.
That was that?
Yeah. But, quite honestly, Tommy, it's best it's happened for him where we were, because if he'd have been on tour, if we'd been in Poland or something like that and it had happened, he would have been in serious trouble.
No more war pigs have the power. Day of judgment, God is calling.
I don't want to get personal, and I'm certainly not going to get personal around you because you'll thump me one. But what was the basis of the antagonism between the guys in the band that stopped you working together for such a long time?
I think it was just over time. I think a lot of it was to do with a lot of the drugs that we were doing. I mean, at first, we were just smoking joints and stuff like that, which is great. And then after a few American tours, you start to get into the heavier stuff, particularly cocaine. And you could actually feel it changing, and changing with each other. And it was great at first, and then in the end, it just started taking over us, and we weren't the same people anymore. And I think that more than anything drove us apart. And eventually the music started to suffer because of the drugs. And we sort of would be putting the drugs before each other kind of thing, so I think that was a big part of it.
What about recordings?
Well, we've done a live album, which we've done at the NEC. We've done recorded the 2 days and made a live album from that. And while we're in Los Angeles, we recorded 2 studio tracks. New studio tracks, yeah. That's going to go on the live album. And so that's the next thing. Then there's plans then to go and do a studio album. So yeah, it's all looking pretty good, and tour as well if we don't collapse, and but it's looking good at the moment.
So Black Sabbath are here for a little more than just this one performance in Milton Keynes, and now you're owning up.
I would hope so. You know what it's like with this band. Bloody 1 minute we're all together, next minute we're arguing. But it's been great. I can only say since we've been back together, it's been real good fun, and It's been great. I think we've learnt a lot over all the years of being away from each other, and the experience of us doing our own things has made us come back and really appreciate what we had and what we got.
Wonderful to see the band back, and I'm positive you'll fulfil all the expectation that's on that side of the stage.
We'll give it a good go.
And that's all they ever did, really, was give it a good go. Time and time again. Black Sabbath are back, and here's a Black Sabbath video to remind you of what they were like all those years ago.
I've quit smoking, Tommy.
I've heard.
It's a pain in the ass.
When did you quit?
Well, I quit 7 weeks ago. And when I went back on the road, I had a couple of smokes, and I thought, a little voice said to me this morning in my head, he said, is it worth having a cigarette to blow the gig? Because it was really affecting my gigs, you know.
Yeah.
So I thought, balls to it.
Everyone goes through changes.
Doing my setting with the Black Sabbath said, I was up there a hell of a long time for a guy who needs nearly 50, and mind you, at the end I was like petering off at the end. I was like, God, like the racehorse at the Grand National, the finishing post, it's there. Paranoid never sounded so good to me.
And so fast.
I know, it was like, I was always saying, the curfew. It was like 900 miles an hour.
Well, you started it, you took it full circle, and you brought it home.
I know.
How does it feel?
Well, it makes me feel really proud because it's like all I ever hear about when I'm on the road in America and in Europe, whatever, everybody comes up to me and goes, Sabbath, man, Sabbath is what it's all about. And the reason why we got back together was because of a lot of people wanted to see the original film. Unfortunately, when we started this thing off, Bill Ward had a heart attack, and so he couldn't do the tour, but we just got up there and did it, you know. I'm sorry I'm speeding. I've just done like the marathon run, and I'm like, I've got to be walked down after the end of this period.
He came off stage about 12 minutes ago, so that's why he's sort of feeling a bit like that.
I'm like, got about 18 gallon of adrenaline, which is natural speed. I'm like, I can light your cigarette from my fingers from here. Energy that crowd gives you, it's better than sex, drugs, or anything. It's like, it's just this rush of that carry you on. It's like you feel like a boxer, and he's doing 12 rounds. He's in his 9th or 10th round, and you think, and they're all going, "Come on, you can do it," you know.
Seeing you just got off stage, you're going to do it again?
I'll never stop. I'm an addict to this now. Now I've got straight and I don't smoke. I'm addicted to work. I went, oh no, another addiction. I'm going to battle. I mean, you should see me before I go on stage. I'm going, Sharon, my voice is not right. She goes, shut shut up. Get up there, do it. And I'm going, I've got no voice. It's going to follow me. She goes, Ozzy, just shut up. Get up there.
Get out and go to work, son.
Yeah, so
it's one of those.
But no matter what you feel, when you set up on that stage, something happens, something hits you, and it's either good, bad, or indifferent. And then what I've learned to do over the last couple of years is, I used to go on stage and attack the show, and then I'll give myself a breather, I'll go, there's no, you don't get a medal for getting there quicker, So it's like, even if you notice, I kind of pace myself a little bit and get myself recovered from the last song, because with my set and the Sabbath set, I personally did about 2.5 hours singing tonight, which is...
That's a lot.
That's
an opera.
You see, it's going, anybody who don't believe it's hard, go into a room, any room you can stand it, and scream your head off for 2.5 hours and see what you feel like the next morning. You won't talk for a month, but I will.
Forever. Ozzy, can I do this?
Of course you can.
Welcome home, son.
Thank you. Great one, nice one, beautiful.
The Governor. What a day of rock and roll this has been. Milton Keynes, the Ozzfest, 1998. Absolutely solid rock from start to finish, and I hope you've really enjoyed the show that you've seen here on VH1, which without a doubt has been the heaviest show you've ever seen, or indeed heard, on VH1. Now, though, of course, is the time to actually close it all down and pack it all up, which is exactly what they're doing with the stage over there, and miles of cable and scaffolding and stuff like that, and, of course, 1 billion empty beer bottles. But I'm going to go and search now of the one beer bottle I hope that I will find that has got some sort of substance and sustenance in it. Thank you very much indeed for watching. But just before I go, I'm going to make you feel so damn jealous. I am walking away from this show with this little bag. And inside this bag, there is Ozzy Osbourne's underpants. Somebody somewhere is going to get Ozzy Osbourne's underpants, if they're lucky. And we're not going to wash them. On behalf of all the crew who worked on the show tonight, thank you very much. Good night. And I'm going for a beer, so... Wow, that also uses strong perfume.